What's up, guys? So we're to talk about the Marvels, the upcoming MCU movie coming out in November, and it marks the last MCU movie of 2023. And even with this film, it looks like it could be in trouble, possibly a box office financially, and even for what's going to be setting up in the next phase for the future of the MCU, and even with the three superheroes teaming up to take out a villain, and even with them switch up places, and with the powers and so much more. And so that's what the for guys in this video. It's breaking down the box office numbers, the predictions, and why I think the Marvels could be in trouble, even with the whole brand, and even with so much more that we should be expecting down the line once the movie is released as well. And so if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so it's on video videos. And so let's get into it. And now, as we talked about, with the Marvels, it is the sequel to Captain Marvel 2 with Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan, and you with Photon in the MCU, Marco Rambeau, and these three are going to be switching places. And based on this movie, it looks to be a blast. It has the potential to be good, and even with the trailers and stuff, it looks alright. It looks like action-packed fun. I mean, I don't expect it to be jaw dropping, but even with the entire film, and even with its reshoots, and even with everything else in general, and why the hype has slowed down, and not as many people are looking forward to this movie, a sense even with the superhero movie fatigue that everyone is experiencing right now, even with the MCU as a whole, and even as you look at the last couple of years on how Marvel has spread themselves too thin by putting out too much, and even ever since then, I mean people are now looking forward to the next thing coming from Marvel, and I think and that's the case with the Marvels, because even with this film, it could be in trouble for us to come next, especially with the whole MCU and Marvel as a whole. And now, even with the Marvels and its box office projections, is that it is now projected to earn 50 to 75 million domestically, and that means, and that's the lowest projection that we've seen. Even this the lowest projection ever, and even with this film that's the most expensive MCU movie, it cost around $271 million to make, and even that it has a short runtime of an hour and 45 minutes, and even that we expect around 2 hours. I'm okay with its runtime, but even with this being an expensive movie, it now needs to make about 439 to 500 something million to break even, and as even with those numbers, it could be in trouble, and whether it's next to MCU flop or not, but I think it'll do fine, or even if it'll do fine or not. But I mean, I'm okay for how it performs, but I think with these three, they definitely give it the best, especially for the trailers, even with the movie itself. And even with the first Captain Marvel that did $1 billion, and this came out at the time before Avengers Endgame, and even with the Marvels, and this is the sequel to that $1 billion movie, and I don't expect it to make that much, but we'll see when the movie comes out in November. Another reason why I think that this movie will flop, even because of the character itself, Captain Marvel, and her lack of involvement in the MCU, especially after the first Captain Marvel, and even after Avengers Endgame. But she's sort of been appearing in the MCU, so it was cameo wise, and not full on involvement. And even with the upcoming movie, the Marvels, people aren't as excited for it, or even excited for the character in general, but because she has not been involved in a lot ever since Endgame, and even with the multiverse saga as well. And even as we look at this entire movie as a whole, I mean, there's about three superheroes that are switching places and using the powers to take out a villain, just fighting together. And even these are the characters that we fell in love with, especially with Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, and Mark Rambeau. And even these two were from separate shows with Miss Marvel and WandaVision, and even with Captain Marvel and people were hate on Brie Larson or something like that. But even when I mean I mean, I'm looking forward to this movie myself, but like even when it's, I think like especially with the hype, it's definitely like I double down like a little bit, but I think I definitely see what the box office like numbers are once the movie comes out and how it'll set up like the next thing moving forward for the future of the MCU, especially like this is like the sequel to Captain Marvel 2. And even with this entire plot, I definitely involves the return of Nick Fury, and even coming off of Secret Invasion, and even people that were hating on the show, especially for the way that it ended, and now it's setting ending up for the Marvels, and even with the center of it, it involves the Kree, and even with the villain of the film is definitely involved with the Kree as well. But I think with the Marvels, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but it'll be a solid, fun team up MCU movie. And yeah, so my final thoughts are that I hope this does well at the box office, whether it's a box office flop or not. I mean, I'm looking forward to the Marvels. I think it has like a great cast, and even with the three superheroes teaming up and switching places with each other, I mean, I'm very looking forward to that. And even with the villain, that looks good, and just even with the entire premise and its story, and even with its runtime budget and just so much more. But I think that this will be a fun time at the movies with like a fun, solid team up movie, and even for what comes next, that'll be set up in the future of the MCU, especially after this film as well. So for me, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope everyone else is as well. And so that's gonna be our first video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What thoughts on all this, and what are your thoughts on like the Marvels possibly flopping at the box office, and even for everything else. Let me know in the comments below. And give this video a like and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos. And also follow my social media link down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.